Today I want to teach you how to have a clean, healthy, self-perpetuating freshwater aquarium. These are guppies, and what it will do is develop multi-generations. You do not have to buy any more fish once it's started. Like houseplants, aquariums bring about an inner peace, developing bonds with nature if you enjoy these emotions. These two tanks are a little behind in maintenance. The water's an inch or two down and needs to be replaced. About every couple months I replace about a fourth to a third of the water. In aquarium maintenance, a hemisphere bowl is very useful, multiple purposes. For this, it's replacing the filter on a regular basis, not spilling it off on the floor. I save money and improve the chemistry of the aquarium by using these mats bought in bulk. I cut it to size and carefully separate it with 1 or 2 fingers and fill the inside with the ammonium carb crystals and rinse the coal dust out under the sink before putting in the new filter. The ammonia carb crystals help produce the ammonia in the tank, which protects the fish's immune system. I perform this routine maintenance every 1 to 3 months, depending on how disabled I am, and it does include removing and scrubbing the light and the lens. I take this into the bathtub and scrub it all with a brush. You should always clean the edges. I use a paper towel of any of the gunk or bacteria that builds up. Always unplug your heater before you drain any of the water so that it doesn't break. There's different methods to drain the water from the tank. One, basic gravity, using the standard fish net to protect the fish from being sucked into a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch tube, and just siphon it into a large container if you could carry that, and just start the siphon and it goes. You'll lose a lot of your beautiful fish if you don't put the net there to prevent them from being sucked into the tube. I've had that tragedy before. Another method is by using a submersible pump that is just lowered into the aquarium and drained to the toilet. Adult supervision required. This particular model is safe even for guppy fry. I drain the aquarium about a fourth to a third from the top. Annual maintenance of an aquarium requires a little more in that you have to remove the plants and then vacuum the bottom and the gravel sediment that builds up there. I have 2 kinds of plastic plants in here that I have to remove. One is the mat and one is a cypress bell on top of it. That protects the baby fry, and you end up with natural selection. The vacuuming is very simple. It's just buying this little piece of plastic. It comes with that tube, and it's just gravity based, where you're going to submerge that and start the siphon and then just feed along, going through the gravel, sucking the sediment out of it. In my own personal experience with fish disease, whether it be fungus or fin rot, the chemicals didn't help cure anything. It actually caused more problem in killing all the algae and even killing a necessary plecostomus for maintenance. If you do have disease, it's best to drain it all the way down to about 1 inch, where they only have 1 inch to swim in, and then replace the water, always using dechlorinator, and just, I've never had any problem, just fill the water temperature and fill it up in the container from the bathtub. It's very close to what you fill, and when you fill it up, always use the hemisphere bowl so that you don't stir up too much of a mess. It forces the water back up. Clarify how much to fill each time. 1 to 3 months, you only want to refill about 1/4 to 1/3 of the tank. If you have disease, up to 90%. Today I'm just down about 60% for demonstration purposes. I've topped off the tank. This annual maintenance does get a little messy. I've removed the filter until the sediment settles, usually in 4 to 6 hours. I'm starting a brand new aquarium. Several important things. I prefer an external filter. I use an air ring from an air pump and let the water sit probably 24 to 48 hours, and then buy a small plecostomist. It does all the maintenance of the aquarium on the bottom and cleans the algae off the glass. You only need the smallest ones because it will grow to the size of the tank always. If you follow most of my major steps, you should have a very healthy tank, and a lot of fry developed from natural selection. A self-perpetuating guppy tank. Some are obsessed with having live plants versus plastic plants. I have one live plant, which is a Congo fern plant, which grows like a bromeliad. I use fertilizer for it, and I feed my fish twice a day what they can consume in 2 to 3 minutes.